we're at the point now because he knew then that he was the son and I was the dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even now, and believe me, I'll give advice all day long. I think that's probably one of my downfalls is I give everyone advice.
That's what I'm looking for. So,
whether you want it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because I gave him so much advice growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to teach him, you know, every opportunity I had growing up,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like, oh God, he's talking again, he's breathing.
Right. He felt lectured to.
Yeah.
Right.
But now he reaches out to me for advice.
Exactly.
Because he knows. And our conversations are deeper and longer.
Yes.
And, you know, and the same with the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'll call me when there's, you know, what do you think about this? This is what I want to do. And I let them know it's their decision.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I would do.
You get to be a sounding board.
Yes, exactly. So, and you know what? And that makes me feel good because they trust me enough to reach out to me.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel with my dad now too. He's like an advisor,
Mm-hmm.
like a perspective, because he's seen stuff in his lifetime I've never experienced.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I can use that experience by just asking him for advice. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you listen to him all the time?
I listen to him, but I don't always agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I make, like sometimes I realize I have to make a mistake on my own.
Exactly, so you can learn from it.
Right. And my dad definitely is there to say, I told you so. But then he helps me pick up the pieces.
Well, and you'll be in that same spot when it's time for you to give that advice to your kids.
Exactly.
Because that day will come.
Right. And what I've realized with parenting is you have to be okay with your kid being ungrateful for the longest period of time, like even longer than a decade. And then over time, maybe the pieces start to fall together. Because only now, some of the things my dad told me when I was like 12, 15, 17
Mm-hmm.
are starting to hit me like, oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just thought he doesn't know anything.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's not just for the kids. Well, I guess it is, because I'm still picking stuff up that my parents told me years
Exactly.
ago.
It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the same. Like your son is so well rounded, comparatively speaking, when I was his age.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had something to go off of. You know, like role model, like
Mm-hmm.
some sort of starting point, jumping board.
Yeah.
You know, like the amount of nuggets of wisdom that like I received from my father and stuff, it's like night and day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you should meet him. Like he's and his group of friends too. Like who was that? The one guy that was out with us that started up that pressure washing business.
Which one was that? Tyler. Mm-hmm.
17 years old.
Starting his own business.
No, not started. He was making $150,000 a year.
Power washing.
Power washing, and then like he was going to sell the business once to go off to college and pay for it with the business stuff. Like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the group of friends that his son had.
But that was one of the things that when I retired, I know you can't pick your kids' friends all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I did is when I retired, I started substituting at his school. And one of the reasons that I did that is because I knew he was at the prime time where he could go this way, the prime age would go this way, that way.
Crossroads.
And I wanted to see the people that he was hanging with. And
Right.
I wanted them to know who I was. And it worked out. Because not only could I watch his friends, but I could also influence his friends.
Right.
So, and that worked out. That worked out well.
And I think that's really wise because I think too many parents try to control their kids' development as just one single source of influence. But you can't. They're spending most of their time not with you. It's at school, it's with friends, it's with peers, it's on the internet.
Well,
But if you can influence their ideals and their peer group in a way that's positive and growth oriented, then they'll grow from that.
so there's a difference between trying to control your children
Right.
and then being a positive influence in their lives.
Right.
What Willie did was he became a positive influence in not only his child's life, but
Right.
also
That group,
The
school,
group,
at the kid.
Which means you
at school.
benefited everyone.
right.
And till this day, I still have kids come up to me, and some of them are adults now.
Mhm.
But because of that, I still every now and then I go and I sub at the schools, because I know that I may be the only positive that some of these kids get.
And that's
I don't want to have the big head, but
it's true.
I just want to be that part. I can't save everybody, but just a little, how you doing? A little hug, a little fist bump, a little smile.
Encouragement.
Exactly.
All it can take is a small bit of encouragement, and someone's entire life could change.
And they know that, hey, Mr. Hawkins always at my back. I can talk to Mr. Hawkins. Mr.
Right.
Hawkins is going to be straight with me.
Right.
That's the big thing for me.
I've talked with a lot of parents who, for whatever reason, they tell me that you just have to lie to kids, and I've always pushed back because I think kids are just little people,
Yeah.
right? You can take them seriously, you can treat them as respectfully as you treat your peers, adult peers.
Mhm.
So they're strong enough to handle the truth,
Yeah.
given time.
I've never lied to Logan or any of his friends. I just have expectations,
Right.
and I think that's what they want. They want the expectations. So, and believe me, I expect a lot. So.
What are some examples of expectations, like healthy expectations you've set?
Well, how to carry yourself,
Mhm.
disrespect. To me, to adults, other adults, those times, disrespecting, girls disrespecting boys, girls disrespecting themselves, when it comes to boys.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have that conversation a lot. Don't dress like that.
You guys
No.
get together?
And especially in at middle school
Mhm.
age, they're still trying to figure out who they are, and the girls are still trying to, figure out who they are, and the boys are trying to show that, I'm this stud. And you're a kid, you don't know what stud is.
Right.
So, you just got to be honest with them.
Mhm.
That's the big thing. It's just being honest with them.